Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Spring Has Sprung tag. I got tagged by the lovely Charlie Brooke. I think she knows it's because it's my favourite season of the year. I love spring. I was just about born in it, being the start of March. My mum was born in it and my two beautiful children were born in it. So all the reasons for celebrating. Now this tag I've got some of the questions. I've got a lot of nice good questions here. I'm going to be tagging some people at the end, but obviously if anyone wants to do it, please feel free. I look forward to hearing your answers. Okay, so here we go. I will be looking at my notes on this, guys, so be warned if I'm looking down a bit. First question is, flowers. All the flowers are blooming. Pick a book that is a fresh take on a retelling. Now I'm going to be picking Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is a book that I got given by Charlie a while ago to read, and I didn't take to it, to be honest. It's a lovely retelling of the Alice in Wonderland story. Now, to me, it was a time when I was really into my chick lit and I was quite low, so I didn't really give it a proper good shot. But, Charlie, I am going to want to borrow it, and I would love to give it another shot. Once I've read it, I will give you a lovely good review on it, guys, and I hope, fingers crossed, I'm going to enjoy it. A lot of people on here have loved it, so I am fingers crossing. Okay, next question. Cadbury's Mini Eggs. Obviously the superior springtime candy of choice. Pick a book that you consider a sweet treat. Now I have picked this one. Searching for a Silver Lining by Miranda Dickinson. This is a lovely light chicklet, but I really enjoyed it. It was so sweet and gentle. It had two lovely leading ladies, one that's a young girl, and she meets up and becomes friends with an older lady who was part of a band back in the day. This book is about the search for the other members of the band, but she also has a more heartwarming journey because she reads her grandfather's diary. Now, her grandfather's recently passed away and they had a big falling out, but his diary takes her back and tells her a lot more about why he was the way he was. I found that really fascinating. It was sweet, it was gentle, and the relationship between the two ladies was just absolutely heartwarming, and I loved it. It's a great chick lit book. It's staying on my shelf because I think I will want to reread that at some point. Anyway, I really recommend that one. The next question is, allergies. Seasonal allergies often make your eyes water. Pick a book that made you cry. Now, this was a really easy one for me because I've only just read it, and this did make me cry. 1,000 Splendid Suns. I recently read that with Charlie, as you well know, and there was points in it where I really cried. Charlie cried as well, and that is saying something. It's very emotional. The stories of the ladies back in the Afghanistan era when things were really tough, when the Taliban was bad, the way they treat the women in those sort of era and that sort of time is really bad. I know it's different culture, I can't make judgments, but some of the actual things that happened in this book really made me cry, and I found it quite an emotional one. I'm shortly going to be reading Kite Runner, so I guess I'll be crying again shortly. What am I letting myself in for? Anyway, the next question. Spring cleaning, out with the old and in with the new. Pick a book to unhaul. This was quite hard for me because I don't like unhauling books. I find it really challenging. All the books in my shelf I've picked for a reason. So, but this is one that I've read halfway through and really struggled. This is Lucky by Alice Sebold. Now, I read her first book and I really did actually enjoy that. But I found that quite good. Whereas Lucky I find very dark. It's not an easy read for me. I didn't really enjoy it. I think I got about halfway through and I DNF'd it. So, sorry guys, this is going to go back to the charity shops and hopefully other people will enjoy it. The next question, mating season. It's that time of year in the animal kingdom to make some babies. Pick a book with smutty delights. I'm sorry, I went for a wimpy option on this. I am ashamed to admit, so please laugh at me in the comments below. I don't mind. I wanted to pick the 50 Shades books. They are really naughty. Now, to me, I actually enjoyed the first one and the last one. The second one I didn't enjoy whatsoever. I have got the book that is written on behalf of Christian in my bookshelves, and that's a retelling of it on his side. So I have got it there. I'm intrigued to find it. Yes, these 50 Shades books are really, really smutty. They are really dirty, very rude, and not for the light-hearted. But who doesn't like a bit of raunch occasionally? I will just be ashamed to admit that. Now, there have been some other books that I recently have found that have been quite smutty. One of the ones I read recently was like that. So if you look at my reviews, you'll see some of them. But I always find it quite interesting, actually, if they suddenly put a bit of raunch in it at the least, where you least expect it. Sometimes I think smut can be used in a good context because it gives you a bit more detail about a book. Other times it's really unnecessary. So make as you will, what you will on that one. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn the page now because I'm on the next sheet, the next lot of questions. So bear with me. The next question. Rainbow. I feel like spring is made up full of a freaking rainbow. Pick a book featuring an LGBTQ plus character. I actually picked Tin Man. Now, this is told on behalf of two men. I'll read their names in the back. Ellis and Michael. They were inseparable. Now, this is a story, it's quite a gentle take on their relationship. It starts off as friends and it kind of grows into a bit of something more. Suddenly you sort of find out that Ellis has married a woman and you think, well, where's that come from? But as the book goes on, you really read out a bit more. Michael sort of went away, he disappeared, and it's really interesting to find his way back. The book's told on behalf of the two characters, Ellis and Michael. Firstly, from Ellis's point of view, which is a very gentle part of the story. Doesn't go into too much depth about their relationship, but it gives you the groundwork. The next bit is about Michael, and he is more passionate about his sexuality, and it's a lot more passionate, slightly a bit darker. But from what I read on the comments at the back, it was done that way deliberately because it gives you the groundwork and you have to ease into the story. I love that story, and I would happily reread that. So go for it, guys. Pick out Tin Man. I think it's a really good book. The next one, Spring Awakening. This is one of many favourite musicals, although it's filled with completely dysfunctional characters. Okay, pick a book that's filled with dysfunctional characters. I have been a wimp on this one and picked Wuthering Heights. How dysfunctional can you get? The way the relationships are in this character is the way you got the family at the start, and the way they sort of mate, and the way they get together, and the way, oh my god, Kathy and the first Catherine, god, she's well head-fudged. She is seriously weird. Obviously, Heathcliff's the dark, distant man who's from the moors. The dark, sort of very dark gothic. It's a very dark gothic book, but the characters are a bit weird. Some of them more than others, but that's full of dysfunctional characters. But I did enjoy it. One of many few that did. Okay, in like a lion, out like a lamb, pick a book that doesn't get better with progression. I have kind of wimped out this. I find that I love my books and I find it really hard to make negative comments about them. But the Me Before You series by Jojo Moyes, I found the first book was fantastic. I found the second book really was a lot weaker, and the third book was quite good, but still the first book was ultimately the best. So that didn't improve. Yes, I wouldn't tell. I kind of sneakily cheeked on Simone's answer from that. And check out her channel, by the way. She's really good, Simone and Me. I love that channel. But I did kind of wimp out on that because I found that's my only sort of series I think about. To me, I did think there were films about the Divergent films. I think that went downhill as well. I've not really read the books, so I can't really comment on whether the books are better than the films or worse. But to me, those films kind of went downhill, as did some of those other sort of books in that area. I'm trying to think of the name of them. The Hunger Games books I did like, but I'm really looking forward to sort of trying a bit more of the sci-fi kind of books. I want to try and see if any of those series get better or worse, because I think in a lot of the films that I've read, like I've watched of them, the films don't always get better, they get worse, but that's a different take on the matter. Okay, so Fun in the Sun, tag some friends. I tagged Jade from Jade Beatlo, Bailey from Bailey Book Vloggers. I don't know if you've read that, Bailey, but be interested to see your take on it. And actually, I think I'm going to tag Clint, because Clint is a lovely guy. He's one of my friends on here, and he's got quite an honest kind of viewpoint, which I really like. Jade's one of my new friends, and she's another fantastic one. But guys, check out those channels. I will link them below. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Love to hear your answers. Please comment below. If you like this button, press the old thumbs up. And best of all, subscribe to me. I really, really enjoy hearing from all of you. Have a good spring and enjoy so much. Bye, guys. Oops.